365 Sports.
We have said it all season long.
We have.
The Big Ten is better than the SEC.
And Indiana went out and proved it. These bowl game weeks have proved it. The only loss that the Big Ten has had
Head to
head with the SEC is the Texas-Michigan game, and Texas should have been in. We said that as well.
And they had something to prove because of it.
Yep, and Michigan did not. So.
Yeah. Overall record in the bowl games, Big Ten 9-3 so far.
Yep, SEC is 3-7. 2 of those are head-to-head, so you can kind of cancel 2 of those games out in each column.
Yep.
So realistically,
but it's not really going to change the percentage.
Realistically, it's 1-5. So that's really bad.
Big Ten, SEC, as you mentioned, 3-1 head-to-head. Big Ten is over the SEC. And please, let's not just say, well, the bowl games don't matter anymore. Every single one of these bowl games had the starters in. This isn't like a Florida State from a couple years ago where they just said, you know what, we don't care. It wasn't that. Pavia played and lost to Iowa. Who was it? Tennessee. I understand Tennessee. SEC folks are going to say, well, Tennessee chokes in big games all the time. Sure, but they're still SEC. They still represent the SEC.
Illinois is not that great of a Big Ten school. They weren't.
Nope, they were.
And then they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And they still ended up being Tennessee.
Right.
Biggest shock for me was the Vanderbilt and Iowa game. I knew Iowa was good.
Yeah.
We knew it because, we watched Indiana play them, almost lose to them.
Yep.
But, everybody's like, oh, Vanderbilt should be in the playoffs, all this stuff. And Diego Pavia is so good.
He's the Heisman.
No.
Nope. That is incorrect. So
Heisman proves it whenever it matters most.
That is correct. I'm Kevin. This is my son Liam. We're the Stable Blues. Happy to present 365 Sports Indiana as part of the 365 Sports Network.
Welcome back. This episode we will discuss the Indiana Hoosier football team being the first and still only top-seeded first-round bye team in the 12-team college football playoff to get a win in the first ever meeting with the almighty Alabama Crimson Tide. Here we go.
Yes, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at 365 Sports Indiana. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. We're going to do this like we do our recaps of Colts games, and we're going to take you through the narrative of the game first.
Yeah, it was a defensive start to both teams, getting a punt, and then Indiana managed to go down. There's some communication errors. I think they would have passed on that 3rd and 9, but they ran it because of the communication errors. So they settled for a field goal, still points.
Yep. Alabama turned it over on downs with a questionable call to go for it on 4th and 1 from their own 34.
Yep. Yeah. That led to a 4-play drive highlighted by a Roman Hemby 21-yard run and a 21-yard touchdown from Fernando Mendoza to his roommate, Charlie Becker.
Yeah, and what a snag. Like, it was going up and behind, and he still, got it.
A lot of people are saying that he is the new Alec Pierce. Wouldn't mind that.
Nope, not at all. A punt for each team led to a Ty Simpson fumble forced by Aiden Fisher, D'Angelo Pons, and recovered by Isaiah Jones.
Yeah, the result was a 1-yard Omar Cooper Jr. touchdown catch after a balanced and patient drive. Longest play being an 11-yard Kalon Black check down, leading to a 17-0 halftime score. But we've seen this story before against Bama.
Yep, we've seen this before. There were several people out there saying, oh, boy, I can't wait for another 17-0 comeback. Alabama fans.
Yeah.
Alabama, though, was they've been able to come back, in those. So, they needed rebounds. Speaking of which, open goal rebounder and goal setup is perfect for your backyard. Click the link in the description for more. The Hoosiers then forced a 3-and-out to begin the half and then capitalized on a 24-yard Elijah Surratt touchdown catch after Mendoza had a couple good scrambles on that.
Yeah, he was looking very, very elusive there, maneuvering the pocket well, and then being able to get the first downs on those big third downs. So props to him. Alabama had a spark from a new quarterback because Simpson was injured.
Yep.
For a field goal, but Indiana answered on a 25-yard Kalen Black touchdown run made possible by a 31-yard Riley Nowakowski catch and run. He looked pretty elusive on that for a big guy.
Yep. Yeah. So the whole quarterback situation. I guess Ty Simpson was injured off of the Ponds, although he did. That happened in the first half, but then he came back and played the first drive of the second half.
Yeah.
And to me, this screamed Kevin's conspiracies.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought it was another opportunity for Alabama to put an asterisk. They knew what was going to happen, so then they were able to put an asterisk next to this and say, well, our quarterback didn't finish the game. Guess what? Your new quarterback did better than the old quarterback ever did.
It's very true.
So,
yeah.
Then Alabama, a punt and a 38-yard Omar Cooper catch set up an 18-yard Roman Hemby touchdown run for a final score of 38-3.
Yeah, big win for the Hoosiers. Biggest of the playoffs so far. That Ole Miss game was really fun to watch. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch the highlights. Absolute cinema, as the kids say it nowadays. But it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I told everybody that was, like, hey, those Hoosiers. I was like, yep, I get it. But keep the foot on the pedal all the way down.
Right.
At all times.
Yes. I bet you, I told you at halftime, I did not want to be in that locker room. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that locker room, but I would not want to have been a present person in that locker room because you're up 17-0 in a Signetti match. As the team that's up, you are going to get your behind handed to you, and you are going to feel terrible because of all the things that you went wrong and that you need to fix in the second half just to keep that kind of mentality of it's nothing is earned or gained so far. You got to go out and earn it again. And they did.
Exactly.
Time for the stat sheet then. All comes down to the proper training. Speaking of which, Farm Hounds Healthy Treats can help you train your puppies like a country mountain dogs. Click the link in the description for more.
Yeah. First up, Fernando Mendoza, 14 on 16 pass attempts, 192, 3 touchdowns. Very efficient day for him.
Yes, more touchdowns than incompletions will do that. Kalen Black, 99 yards, so close to 100 on 15 carries and a touchdown. He did have a catch for 11, so he had over 100 total yards.
Yes, Roman Hemby, also almost 118 rushes for 89 yards and a touchdown. I believe he also had a catch or two that put him over 100.
No.
Okay.
He was all on the ground.
Okay, well, still good day from him.
Yep, Charlie Becker, 51 yards on 2 catches and a touchdown.
Yep, Omar Cooper Jr., 3 for 45 and a touchdown.
And Elijah Surratt, 40 yards on 4 catches and a touchdown.
Riley Nowakowski went 3 for 36. No touchdown from him, though.
But he got that big first down.
Yep.
So, Devin Boykins, 7 tackles, 1 sack, 3 TFLs.
Aiden Fisher, 7 tackles, 1 sack, 1 TFL.
And Rolija Hardy, 6 tackles and a TFL.
Yes.
Woo!
Big game from the Hoosiers, spreading the love. Not one person got multiple touchdowns unless you count Mendoza, but he has to deliver the ball. So,
yep. So now it's time for our intangibles. What are some of the things that weren't included in the stat sheet that were the big difference makers?
It just seemed like Ty or Mac always had to roll out of the pocket. There was always applied pressure, and if they didn't roll out of the pocket, they got sacked.
Yep.
Or got hit on the throw. So, which deals with your mental, especially Ty. No, sorry, that's not Ty. That's Julian saying. I get those two mixed up all the time. But so the constant pressure was there.
Yep.
Always having to roll out of the pocket. Another one is just the battle of the trenches I talked about in the preview.
Yes, and we had some people kind of balk at that in some of our things, and then it turns out on College Game Day they said Indiana's better in the trenches.
Yep, I know my stuff. Turns out, there's a couple things in the game where I was like, "Yep, I called that."
Yep.
This was one of them. Indiana just was way better in the trenches.
Yeah. to me, it's the unrelenting will. Just the will to do whatever it takes and staying the course, as we mentioned, just never, ever, ever giving up. Yep. Speaking of which, it is time for our never daunted moment of the game, to the play that put the thing to bed. Speaking of which, Joi Baby Sleep Sacks can help you put your little one to bed. Click the link in the description for more on that. What was your moment play of the game?
See, I'm going to give an honorable mention.
Okay.
I can't say this is the actual one because it was so early in the game.
Okay.
I am going to say the, what's it called? The Roman Henry 21-yard run for the first down.
Okay.
Because that was the only major penalty in the entire game.
Yeah. Which,
props to the refs. I love no penalties. I love a clean game.
Yeah.
Just let the guys do what they do. Mm-hmm. Let the best team win. So it was a big hold, turned to the first 20, and then immediately got the first down. That kind of just set a standard like, hey, we're not messing around. We're going to do what we do, and that's that.
Yeah.
But my actual is going to be the Omar Cooper Jr. Touchdown before halftime.
All right.
Went down. Alabama looked like they had something going. Then Ty fumbled the ball. Big hit from Pons. Pons was hitting everybody really, really hard.
Yep.
Kind of showing people what's up. Looks like he had something to prove after the Jeremiah Smith game. Not that he did terrible, but still.
Yeah, he was targeted a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. It's Jeremiah Smith.
Exactly. But to be able to force that fumble, get the ball back, march right back down the field, have great clock management. Maybe could have done a little bit more, kept it in bounds rather than out of bounds, maybe not call timeout, that type of stuff. But march down with their own will, great clock management, score a touchdown in the half 17-0. I think that's the best way you could have ended the half.
Yeah.
So that to me is kind of hard to say that was, done in the first half, but realistically it was.
Right.
Especially with that Ty Simpson injury.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Mine is going, my honorable mention goes to the fumble, but because it was in the first half, I'm going to give you something in the second half as my actual one. And that's the Elijah Surratt touchdown catch, the first touchdown of the second half. At that point, on
3rd and 1.
On third, the balls it takes to throw that on 3rd and 1 says, well, we were going to get it anyway on 4th down, but to just go up top for the end zone. And at that point, that's when the first time I said the route is on.
Yep.
That's the first time. And so there you go. That is the moment that I pick as the moment of the game. There were many moments after that as well. There's even the Charlie Becker first touchdown catch was incredible.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the moment that kind of definitely shifted the tide.
Right.
So then that leads us to your
Hoosier
player of the game. Who you got?
Well, there was so much going on offense. 38 points scored.
No. Hold. I do need to say we need to give props to the Rose Bowl for D'Angelo Pons as the defensive player of the game, and giving it to Pat Coogan. Who? Wait, didn't I mention that last episode or something? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Giving it to the offensive lineman as the offensive player of the game, tremendous. What class it takes and understanding of football as a whole to make that kind of decision. It was great. And then the team supporting in that, in the celebration.
100%. That just shows you what type of team these guys are. They're a brother bond, and that chemistry is unmatched.
Yep.
My player of the game, there's so much happening on the offense. 38 points is a lot of points.
Yep.
But it's all spread evenly, so I don't think I can give one to the offense. I'm going to go with the first guy that I called, Isaiah Jones. Didn't have a ton of stats. He had that recovered fumble and a big crucial on that 4th down stop. He was the first one that made contact.
Yep.
He had a lot of other big tackles and stuff like that. He was just kind of everywhere. Even if he wasn't in the play, he was taking on a double team somewhere else, something like that.
Yep.
From Aiden Fisher being the guy, the linebacker for Indiana,
right.
And now Isaiah Jones looks to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But just for two of them to be able to be so talented.
Yep.
And they're both white too. You don't see really great white linebackers anymore.
Yeah.
So just to kind of put all that together, Isaiah Jones, you've had a tremendous season. So here you go.
All right. I have to give an honorable mention because I know if your mom was on here, she would pick this. One of my players to watch, Caitlin Black, almost 100, over 100 scrimmage yards, 1 touchdown. Your mom even said before the game, before I said anything, she said, Caitlin Black's going to have a big game. He's going to be a difference maker. And as we were watching the game, we're waiting. She was waiting for that play. It turned out it was the touchdown. She was waiting for that one play to say, yeah, that was it. And so shout out to him. But I'm going to give it to Devin Boykins. We have not said his name at all this season, but he was absolutely everywhere, in on plays, to do whatever he needed to do to be around the ball. And when you're looking at a player who you're going to pick as your player of the game, somebody who's around the ball a lot on defense certainly is a good choice. So,
100%.
Yeah. So next up is the Oregon Ducks. We will preview that episode next week, but that's all we have.
Preview episode.
Right. Yes. And a special guest to boot. But that's it for today. We'll be back later with our preview of the Colts closing out their season in Houston, and a Keep the Pace episode look at Pacers basketball coming up.
Yeah, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to say 365 Sports Indiana.
365 Sports.